Welcome to the Land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel. You're looking at my youngest son, Bo. He is 5. Today's video is going to be things that happened in homeschool this week. So this was just a fun activity I found. You can take a Ziploc bag and put some paint in it and tape it up against a window and let kids trace letters. In this case, I was asking him what letter says S and Z, and then he would draw the S. I'm sure. Oh, he didn't know this one. I was like, which one says K and S? So I had to draw the C form. You can say, draw me a shape. That's what we were doing here. He really liked this. We kept it up all day. I will say, you can't keep it up too long because the kids will be too rough with it and it'll fail. You'll get paint. So, I did some organizing, work samples and things. The cat is always interested whenever I'm on the floor. So the way I keep our work samples is I just have a manila envelope kind of system, and then I like anything that's bound to just keep it together. So like his composition book for his math, this is for my 6th grader. And if you use this method, this is just your reminder to write the student's name and what grade they're in, because when things get kind of jumbled up during the year, you kind of just put things aside and you have to go through them later. It's so helpful to have the grade and the name on the front of it. Yeah, so loose stuff I'll just stick into the manila folder. Yeah, stuff that I forgot to write names on. This is the time. Yeah, Williams work samples, my 2nd grader. And I do keep a separate manila folder where I keep all of my lesson plans for the whole year. I just put everything in there and mark that with what school year it is. My state does require that I keep a diary or record of what we do. Didn't finish this copy workbook with him because I made new ones and I changed fonts. So I'm not going to store like half of that book if it's blank. So I'm taking it apart and just keeping the part he actually filled out. We did like that ocean anatomy unit. That was fun. Okay, anything that I can fit into the manila folder, I do. Even though we school year round, I really only keep samples through, the normal 180-day period. And so just so I don't have to worry about it over the summer. And I do have to set, especially for like my homeschool association, they don't really have an option for like year-round homeschoolers. You have to kind of fill out your applications and turn in your things that you sign off on a normal 180 learning day schedule. So I just always count mine for June 1st as the last day of our school year, quote unquote. So yeah, I'm just done. I'm just like getting my samples done now. And then the only thing I'll have left to do to wrap up until June 1st is just to keep my lesson plans, and I'll just, like I said, put those in their own manila folder. And yeah, I just keep everything tucked away in a cabinet for now. And I just let those little like magazine holders dictate how much stuff I keep. This was kind of a failed experiment. We did try to make PlayDoh. I found a new recipe online, and the first attempt really turned into some kind of strange experiment in viscosity and cornstarch. This is what it was though. It was baking soda, oil, cornstarch, and water. And food coloring. But we had fun. Bo helped me with this. While the boys were doing, math or something, he helped me with this little experiment. The little ones, like preschoolers, kindergartners, like they're not going to be sitting at the table, at the schoolroom table as long. So I've got to have some stuff that they can do. And the kitchen just seems to be where we end up most of the time. Where either he helps me with baking or making some little concoction like this. Lately, he's just really obsessed with putting anything in water to see what color it will turn it. It's something we've been doing where he calls it his science. But today we were trying to come up with Play-Doh just because we were out. And I just did a quick, Google search for a recipe, and yeah. But it was interesting. He actually liked this one. He kept calling it his slime. I probably didn't cook it long enough or something. But he had fun getting his little hands in there. And it was cornstarch instead of flour or salt, so it cleaned up really, really easily. It just dissolves. Oh yeah, I did make a second batch. This is history, so we started our new history unit from The Good and the Beautiful, about Greece and Persia right now. So we were just doing a lesson. I was just kind of filming while Bo was playing with his slime / Play-Doh. I hung up the timelines that came with the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. And this is going to be helpful. And it comes with little stickers that we can stick on the timeline as we study stuff. So the kids like to do that. Oh yeah, I bought these a little pack of monuments. And we've been using them, in lots of ways. Oh yeah, back to the Play-Doh. This is how our second batch turned out. And now we're playing one of the games that comes with The Good and the Beautiful. This is from year 1, but it still calls for it in year 2 sometimes. And one of our favorite snacks is pistachios. And yeah, we ate that entire jar, the 4 of us. It's spelling, 2nd grade spelling with William. Today we were doing spelling word hangman. And this is his favorite thing to do for spelling. We're just going over, I leave that open to syllable types in the back of our spelling book so we can refer to it. And so we flip over one of our spelling word flashcards to see what word, and then we play hangman, and then we just do a little word study. And then we just switch envelopes, so then the next person guesses. And we usually don't make it all the way through the list, just as many as time allows for. Oh, here's those monuments. I picked up this little book off of Amazon about monuments around the world. And so he was going through it. We were matching if we could find any of our little pieces. Yeah, so there he found the Empire State Building. But yeah, he actually gets these out and plays with them all the time. Oh yeah, don't forget to drink your coffee. Oh, this day I had to go over to my mom's, and so we were just packing up our school things to take with us because we didn't want to miss a school day just because I had to run errands and go to my mom's. But it's kind of fun because they don't usually have that experience of packing like a backpack, and seeing how much stuff they really use every day. It was kind of an interesting experiment. Like, how much do we actually need? The exercise in minimalism. I guess it's not minimal, but I was trying to be minimal for me for school. Oh, and as always, checking on a print job. I was printing out of my first copybook that I am sending to a friend who did not ask for it. She's getting it. And as always, my trusty comb binder. Oh yeah, now I went back to packing. This was pretty minimal, preschool for Bo. So yeah, I just brought 3 things, practice our handwriting, our stories, and our magical math games. Print job is done. It's punched. I'm just making sure I have all my pieces. There we go. Yeah, try to do this one-handed while filming. Okay, it's all done. This is in my Etsy store, if you're curious about it. I'm just like double checking that everything printed out the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to open up so that, like the letter and writing pages were together, and then the number and math pages were together, and then the narration and story time page, and then the open-ended page were together. If you've already bought this from me, PS, you can go in and re-upload if you like the new pages better. And of course, we always do Bible. We were actually at my mom's doing it. The How to Study Your Bible by Kay Arthur, which we're enjoying. It's interesting today, yesterday we talked about figurative language, and now we're talking about parables. So there's a lot of, studying the Bible is also like a language arts study as well. There's a lot of crossover with our normal language arts kind of stuff. But it's also teaching them how to study. It's 2 for 1. So I feel like we get a lot of that. Oh yes, don't forget to give your homeschool some love. This is just me. This is what I think of. If you guys are familiar with the Fly Lady cleaning method, she'll talk about the blessing hour, and I can't say that I am as disciplined as the Fly Lady is with her cleaning routine, but my big takeaway that I did love was the blessing your home hour. So I'm not saying I spend a whole hour, but this is me blessing my home. I was pruning up some carnations I got from Mother's Day, putting them in a fresh vase, putting them in the schoolroom, and then I was just going to give the schoolroom a quick tidy because, and I just think of this as blessing my family by making our home as pleasant and clean and tidy as I can, and that just makes everything a happier place to be, really. What do you do to make your home special for your people? I even think like playing music and lighting candles that smell good around the house. Like I think of that all as blessing my family. I don't think of it as tedious or boring or monotonous. My mindset is love and blessings. All right, everybody. Happy homeschooling.